Long time no see. Right, I've long been a person to warn against stripping all wire automatically, mainly because a lot of the times when it's too coarse off the back of a small appliance, it's just not worth it. You actually lose more weight than you gain actual profit in stripping it. But today we've got an interesting one. Up the road, the local Chinese chippy's having a bit of a refit. So there you go, nice clean copper underneath. This is your pretty standard yellow and green earth wire. Very, very thin walled. I'll just get a better shot of that into the club of the camera today. Very thin walled. Got a whole mess of it here. So right, we're going to strip this. Well, first of all, I'm going to bundle it up a little bit better than this. Weigh it, and we'll do the same test just to see whether it's worth this standard cable. Whenever you see it, strip it. I think it is going to be, hence me making the video. But let's not let my bias interfere with it. Alright, I'll bundle this up and then we'll weigh it and we'll go that way. See you in a bit. So there you go. I've unravelled it all. There was a bow in the middle of it. Don't ask me why. I don't know who wires bows into their earth circuits, but whatever. So the total amount is this, and now you come out, son? Really? I can't even see this on the camera. We'll do this when he fucks off back in. I'm hoping you can read that. Oh, there you go. Hey, brilliant. So, 300 grams. This is the longest piece. Yeah? This is the longest continuous piece. I thought it'd just be easier because A, it's a nice round number and I'm lazy, and B, it's one continuous piece. So there are other bits, but for today's video experiment, we're going to be using this. So, over to the stripping. So by now you've all seen the rig I use to strip the wire I want to strip. Yeah, great use of English. Anyway, so I've just loosened off the wing nuts, as you can tell, to create a gap. You have to do all three, sadly. The gap is a razor. Okay, a razor blade. Now, the wire will probably go through this hole snugly, this hole a little bit loosely. I always go with the looser hole. It's just easier to yeah, I know, I'm laughing. I think I'll rephrase that one. I'll go with this one, this hole here, because it gives a little bit more space to actually drag the wire through, and also a little bit more space to actually have the razor blade sticking out. In this smaller hole, the razor would, the very tip of it would just have to be sticking in, and it doesn't always do for a good cut. That noise in the background's Skype loading up, because I've got to go and find out the up-to-date how much per kilo and stuff like that for stripped wire and unstripped wire, just so we can do all that complicated math stuff at the end. Everything. So you see, that one goes in easy. That one, actually that is pretty snug, to be honest with you. So yeah, it'll be this one. So we take the blade. So you really want it just kind of sticking in a little bit, probably like a millimetre like that, the actual tip of the blade. Obviously with this bolt running through we can't stick this all the way in, so you'll probably end up with it at an angle like that. So just look, you'll be able to see through the hole, just the tips sticking out. So I'll hold it up to the window in a sec. So let me just put the razor in there, tighten this thing up. You have to have it as tight as you can. The tighter you can, the better, because then this will not slip. Worst thing is when you're pulling these through, the top slips as it's hitting the wire, the bottom comes through. Push your fingers, because you'll probably be holding it there. Anyway, let me set this up and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So you can see what I mean about not being able to get it all the way through with the middle bolt in. Yeah? So we hold it up to the light. You'll be able to see that the razor, I've just got it at an angle there, it's just sticking out, the razor blade's just sticking out in the larger hole. So as we go through with the wire, you should just take the sleeve off dead nice. Now hopefully when my camera person gets back, we'll be able to show you this live. Okay? You see, it goes through that way. So it goes to the spool on the floor there, so up we come. And then what we'll do is we'll just get a pair of pliers and pull on the end of this, pull it all through. Should cut with the razor blade and it should just peel like a banana. exceptionally long yellow and green banana, but what the hell. So there you go. It has split it. I've not gone through the whole length. I usually just put the first, say, metre through just to make sure that it is cut in, that it is held in place enough to allow it to do it at speed. My camera persons have not come back, so I'm just going to do this myself. You have seen me do it before on another video, and it should split like this all the way, dead nice, all the way down. Okie doke. There you are. Camera person's come back. So remember, this is the end with our razor blade in. You can hear it coming through, and of course, I've been able to do all this length until we get it and we get stopped. Thank you, Mr. Piece of Silicone. Okay. So that's the bit that was already done. There you are, done. So hopefully all this is going to be split like a banana. Yeah, there's no way that focus, but what the hey. So this, we can retire it to a safe distance, and well, let's get split in. That'll do. So again, I could try and like roll it up as we go. Aha, it's split. What a shame. Right, find the gap, as you say. Keep rolling it round your hand. Not too tight, you won't get it over your hand again. Done that one. Bracelets, I call them. Oh, snapped again. There you go. This is the quality of wire you get out of a skip, kids. So I've rewrapped my copper coloured nugget. That's the same one. Look, the other ones are still there. Same one, same piece. And we're now 200 grams. So 100 grams was the coating. So, armed with these facts and figures, let's go and see how that would break down, see if I'm wrong or right. So, okay. My local scrapyard has decided to do a different thing. Basically, they are now giving the per kilo price. So, let's just zoom in on this a bit for the two we need. The first one we need is the PVC wire. This is copper wire coated with PVC. Yeah, that's now trading at £1.40 a kilo. It's 3 up from the bottom on this pick. And the second one we need is the bright copper wire. Per kilo, now trading at £3.70. Now, these are probably not the best prices. Obviously now reducing these down to the kilo, they are actually kind of pandering to the hobby scrapper, which, you know, fair enough, hand on heart, that probably includes myself at the moment, because, you know, working a full-time job does not let you do full-time scrapping. So at the end of the day, these are just the prices I have to hand. In your area it may be different, in your country it may be different, but for here, just see whether they take wire unstripped and wire stripped, and just, you know, use your head and see what you can get. Do the best for yourself. So for the test piece that we use, we had 300 grams, which is 0.3 of a kilo. So 0.3 of a kilo times £1.40 gives you 42p. It's not a lot, but I mean, I'm not going to use miles and miles of cable to just go through a point here. So anyway, on our test, you got 42p unstripped. And my 200 grams of nice big copper nugget there is 0.2 of a kilo times £3.70 gives me 74p. So for the 2 minutes it took to strip, I've increased the actual value of that. So it's 74p, I said, so I've increased it by 32p for what, a minute's worth of stripping. So it just, you know, pick your battles, pick your wire, and just know which to strip.